All right, part two of our Hawaii planning methods. So for our rental car, we went ahead and booked that, I believe through Southwest, but we made sure to select Alamo as the rental company. We've had some really bad horror stories with renting cars in the past, and we've just always had good experiences with Alamo. So even if it's a little bit more, we every single time go with Alamo. So we had rented a car for 3 days and it was $400. That actually was the cheapest that we could find, even though it was through Alamo. So it was crazy, but we went ahead and booked it because actually for a while we were seeing them go for like 700, 800, 900 just for 3 days. So we went ahead and booked when we found the rate for 400. Now, when we got to the airport in Honolulu, we just asked them like, hey, if we were to add on 2 more days for the rest of our trip, how much would it be? Just to see. It was going to be $400 more just to add on 2 more days. We're like, bag it, forget it. We'll just stick with our 3 days. When he changed the rate back to the 3 days, it dropped the price to $210. And this was for a Jeep. We couldn't believe it. He was like, I don't know what happened, but I'm just gonna give it to you guys. We were like, yes. So it worked out perfect. We go out to put our stuff in the Jeep, and there's a brand new full-size Bronco right next to it. And I just asked the lady like, hey, like, what are the chances of us getting that Bronco instead of the Jeep? And she was like, oh, that Bronco right there, go ahead and take it, no problem. So I was super stoked. I believe it had like 200 miles on it. And I had never been in one before. And fun fact, I learned to drive on a Bronco, so it was kind of funny. But it was so super awesome, and yeah, no charge to switch over to a Bronco. So that was great. On our 4th day, we drove from North Shore down to Waikiki because we were staying in Waikiki for 2 days. So we dropped the rental car off at the airport, and then we took an Uber from the airport to our hotel. Now, we did this on purpose, obviously to avoid the extra $400 to keep the car for 2 more days. But when we got to our hotel, we saw a sign that parking was $65 per night. So we were like, oh my goodness, thank goodness we didn't keep that car because that was so crazy. So we saved a lot of money on parking, keeping the rental car for just a few days instead of the whole trip. And then our Uber cost, I believe, each way from the airport to Waikiki and then Waikiki back to the airport, each way was about 25. It was like 25 to 29 bucks. So probably about 50 to 60 in total. So for our transportation on the island, we spent $210 on the Bronco, not the Jeep, for 3 days. And then our Uber fees were about 60 bucks. So all for under $300. And we, of course, used our Southwest credit card to pay for all of that. That way we got the points for that. So that's how we got around on Oahu.